After 2 hours of ads, we start off with the Royal Rumble winner of 2027, the ruler, Oba Femi. Ooh. But he's going to face your WWE World Champion, shout out to New Day, in the ring general, the career killer, Gunther. Yes, so we get Gunther versus Oba Femi for the WWE Championship. We know what's finna happen. Oba Femi finna whoop that ass. 1, 2, 3, and your new WWE. Okay, I'm not gonna do this whole time. Your new WWE champion, Oba Femi. We're gonna kick things off right with a big title change and your new champion and hopefully new face of the company in Oba. Next we have in a ladder match, a women's tag team ladder match. I've been trying to get this to happen, put this in the atmosphere for the past 3 years, with their challengers being Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Alexa Bliss, and Paige, Io Sky, and Sol Ruka, Tiffany Stratton, and Blake Monroe, who will be your champions. The winner of this match, I don't give a shit. Nia Jax and Lash Legend, because why not? It would be dope to see Lash Legend get a Wrestlemania win, and Nia Jax, cool with her, so F it. Give it to them. They're the only real tag team in this division anyway. Next, we have just a old school versus new school feud. We have Seth freaking Rollins versus Trick Willie, who is your current reigning, I guess defending, it's not technically defending, Money in the Bank winner. Yes, Trick Williams, for those that don't know, Money in the Bank is after SummerSlam this year, but Trick Williams, I think, is going to be on the fast track to becoming world champion soon, and he will win the Money in the Bank this year. I truly believe so. So we have Trick Williams versus Seth Rollins, and Seth is going to do everything in his power to make Trick Williams look good, and I think that's what's going to happen. Next we have for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, we have your champions Bronson Reed and Royce Keys, the Monsters of Destruction. Yes, I'm calling them the Monsters of Destruction, MOD, versus the challengers in a returning Kevin Owens versus a reformed Sami Zayn. Now, let me just say this real quick. Originally, I had Sami Zayn winning the Rumble and going for a world title, but I'm like, they don't see Sami Zayn. He's not big enough, even if it's being in Saudi Arabia. I don't see them seeing Sami big enough of a star. Now, of course, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, I feel like are going to win. They're going to win the SmackDown, or I guess Raw, whatever the tag team championships are called. They're going to win the tag team championships. Sami gets a big win in Saudi. He reunites with Kevin Owens. They get their big moment once again, like they did at 39. Everybody goes home happy. Next, we have for the Women's United States Championship, it's actually going to be on a PLE. We have your challenger in Stephanie Viacure versus your champion in Becky Lynch, the best women's wrestler in the world. And it's not just me saying it. ESPN is saying it. Bleacher Report is saying it. Everyone is saying it. I think Becky Lynch taking on the Trumpisms and being the representative of all women in the U.S. as a non-American is such something I feel like they would do. Put over Stephanie Viacure. I understand it's going to kind of feel like a step down from her world title match from last year, but let's be honest, there wasn't much of a match anyway, and she was kind of afterthought. So give her a strong win over a legend that is Becky Lynch, and have her defeat Becky Lynch to become the new women's U.S. champion. Now, in the semi-main event, we have for the United States Championship a fatal four-way of Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Drew McIntyre. And this whole story is basically for Jimmy Uso to win. That's what this whole story is for. It's for Jimmy Uso to win. I like the idea of when they're doing the walk-ups, Naomi is right there, kisses on Jimmy Uso, and we have Jimmy Uso finally win a singles championship with Jey Uso kind of helping Jimmy Uso. My prediction, bold. This is a very bold prediction. But it's really just a here nigga damn type of match. I had nothing else for the Usos to do. They had nothing for Drew to do. Had nothing for Solo to do. So it's kind of like, I'll put them together. And last but not least, for night one, this is the match I was struggling with for a while. But I'm like, there's no way they do not have these people main event night one. For your women's WWE Championship match, we have your challenger in Charlotte. Charlotte, who has won the Elimination Chamber, going for number 16. Yeah, number 16. I think she will, at some point in time in 2026, will win number 15 and somehow get screwed over by probably the women's Money in the Bank winner, whoever that will be. That's when she's now on the chase for 16 to tie her father. And her challenger, the women's WWE champion, none other than Rhea Ripley. I think the reason why this match is going to happen in the main event, I feel like they want some positive PR. I think a lot of people are going to be very pissed off about WrestleMania being in Saudi Arabia, and with probably the dealings that TKO is going to do over the next year. More releases are probably going to come, more ticket increases are going to come, and so people are not going to be too happy with WWE, and they want some good PR. What better PR than to have, for the first time ever, women main event a show in Saudi Arabia? Now you can tell the history of the first ever women's trilogy at WrestleMania. The rubber match, Charlotte won the first one at 36, Rhea won the second one at 39, and now who will win the third one? Rhea versus Charlotte, the trilogy, the history. Rhea's going for trying to be the greatest women's champion of all time. Charlotte is going for number 16, and you can add some type of stipulation, whether it's Hell in a Cell, Falls Count Anywhere, some type of stipulations will be in this match. But now, because it's the main event and it's a women's match, you want to do something big. So I think Charlotte is going to win number 15 or 16 in the main event of night one, WrestleMania 43. Night two, we start off with a bloodline match of Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu for the Ula Fala. I've been trying to get this match done for the past 2 years too. Bloodline rules. I think Roman Reigns' days of main eventing WrestleMania, at least in the near future, is over. I'm hoping and praying. Now, I'm probably completely wrong, and probably the main event is probably going to be Roman versus Obafemi for all we know. But it's probably going to be Roman versus Oba. It's probably going to be their big match. They think, whatever. So, but I'm like, well, Jacob is facing Roman at Backlash for the title. He's probably going to lose. As of right now, Roman versus Jacob Fatu for the Ula Fala Bloodline rules. Roman finally loses to Jacob Fatu, and Jacob Fatu is now your new tribal chief. Call me crazy, but I think that's what's going to happen. Next, we have in a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship, we have your challenger in Javon Evans. It's getting bouncy in this bitch versus I Show Speed. Yep, I think I Show Speed will make the trip to Saudi, along with the champion in Logan Paul. I think it's inevitable. Logan Paul, I Show Speed, Javon Evans, Logan Paul, with a special guest referee being none other than L.A. Knight. Yeah, he's another person I had no idea what to do with him, because it's clearly apparent they're never going to see him as a world champion. And plus, having L.A. Knight count the three for Javon Evans as he wins the Intercontinental Championship, I think it'll be a dope moment. So I think that's what's going to happen here. Next, we have another OG versus New G match. And in the battle of the Nepo babies, we have Braun Breaker versus Randall Keith Orton. And this is just an OG versus young OG matchup to where it's set up to get Braun Breaker over since he's no longer in the title picture. I will predict that he might get a few months of a title run with the world title, and then he's going to eventually fall down the card, but he still want to book him to have an important match at WrestleMania. So who better than Canyon? No, who better than Randy Orton? Braun Breaker is going to defeat Randy Orton and get that big fat dub at WrestleMania. Again, shout to Up Down Down the party. Where the party at? Y'all know about that. You don't know about no Up Down Down. Next we have for the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, we have your challenger in Roxanne Perez versus Raquel Rodriguez. And Liv Morgan, your champion. Yes, originally I was going to make this for the world title. I'm like, there's no way they're going to elongate that for that long. Plus, what I have as the women's world heavyweight championship match, I'm like, I can see it going a different way. So yes, we're finally going to after so long, officially be done with the Judgment Day. Now, I don't really give a damn who wins this match, but F it, give it to Raquel. I think by this point, Roxanne probably will hold the IC championship at some point in 2026. And Liv will take it from her. They have their feud. Then Raquel comes in and takes the title from both of them. And give Raquel a nice moment since she hasn't really had one since she's gone onto the main roster. This has been like 5 years at this point. So shout out to Raquel, big sexy. I have your champion in Jade Cargill. She will eventually go over to Raw and become your women's world heavyweight champion versus the challenger and the returning Royal Rumble winner in Naomi. Is going within a year's time. I think she will come back, win the Rumble, finally go after the title that she never lost, and complete the rivalry of Jade versus Naomi. And I think this is here where Jade again defeats Naomi to retain the championship. I do feel like Naomi winning would be a dope moment, but I feel like, I don't know, I have a feeling that Naomi probably doesn't want to stay around long. She just wanted to have that one last WrestleMania moment. And then in the main event, which I feel weird still predicting this match, even though they have teased this right after WrestleMania night, right after WrestleMania 42, your challenger, Elimination Chamber winner, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, your champion. I do think Cody actually does turn heel finally and does turn on Punk, the one person that probably is the closest to him. And Cody has been so paranoid over the past few years that he feels like Punk is going to turn on him too, so he turned on Punk before Punk could turn on him, even though Punk was never going to turn on him. And you tell that story of Cody defeating Punk. He's celebrating. Everybody is probably booing.